Ready to live at the higher vibrations, where peace, love, joy, and good health are the daily standard? That's what this show is all about. Welcome to Vibe. And here's your host, Robin Openshaw.
Hey everyone, Robin Openshaw here. You might know me as the Green Smoothie Girl online, but I also have this new Bitcoin channel. And I asked my husband if I could make fun of him for selling his Bitcoin at $8,000 per coin in 2020. Are you glad you sold it?
I mean, I came out ahead on it, so not mad at that. But yeah, I should have sat on it. But then I'll be nice though. I won't talk about who your thoughts at the time on Bitcoin.
Well, so what he's going to tell you is, so I started buying right as he was selling, sort of coincidental.
You already had yours.
So, okay, well, maybe I bought before he sold, but I bought at about 8,000.
Right.
And according to him, how do you put it? That I was anti-Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, you didn't understand it. You were new to play, some sympathy for you here, but you were very skeptical. You're like, it's going to go away. You were just like the traditional skeptic at the time.
Yeah. And I would like to say that how I experienced that 5 years ago was not that I was anti-Bitcoin. It's that I was asking hard questions about Bitcoin. And he was literally the only person I knew who was invested in Bitcoin. But him being invested in it gave it credibility for me. So I asked questions. We weren't even married at the time. I didn't tell him to sell his Bitcoin, did I?
No.
Okay.
You didn't tell me to sell it.
That's on you.
I didn't voluntarily sell it.
So he basically talked me into Bitcoin accidentally, because then I understood it a little bit well enough to buy my first tranche of Bitcoin. And hey, you guys, if I had bought all the Bitcoin that I've bought since then, back then, this beach in the background, probably, you know what? We could already retire on a beach. Oh, wait, we live on a beach. This is a fake background, but we actually live on a beach.
I'm going to go dive in the water right now.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to point out, you guys, that in the last year and a half, Bitcoin has gone up 207%. And it has outperformed gold, which is at an all-time high right now. And everybody's talking about how gold is on a tear. But what makes me laugh is that and I'm not anti-gold. I did sell all my gold recently and put it all into Bitcoin. And I've told that on a different video. So go watch that video if you want to. But gold, it has outperformed gold by 3x in the last year and a half. And it has outperformed the S&P's growth by 8x. So, and you're not even hearing me talk about real estate. I don't know what the number is there, but you guys, do you want to invest in real estate right now where 16% of America can even afford to buy real estate? Like, does that seem sustainable to you? Do you think prices are going to go up from here when only 16% of us can even afford to buy a piece of real estate? I say no. My own financial advisor thinks that real estate's going to come down by 40 to 50%. So looking at all your options, don't you kind of want to look at Bitcoin? At this point, you might think, oh, well, God, Robin, it's like $85,000 right now. Right. But would that seem high to you when you consider how many governments of cities, states, public company, treasuries, countries all over the world setting up Bitcoin reserves? Some of them can move much faster than the US can. I really wish the US could move faster. And the whole entire Trump administration is trying to figure out which of the budget neutral ways that they can acquire as much Bitcoin as possible, because moving through Congress is super painful and slow. And most bills don't get through Congress, even though we have a really great bill hosted by Senator Lummis from Wyoming. Anyways, you got to take a look at Bitcoin. You got to learn about it. You can't learn about it in an hour. I've had people, especially people close to me, say, Robin, will you get on the phone with me and tell me everything that you know about Bitcoin? And they want me to tell them in an hour on the phone what I acquired in 5 years, a conviction level that has me millions of dollars into Bitcoin now, and making me feel a lot safer than I did when I had a safe full of gold and silver. So I can't really do that in an hour, and it's worth your time, because literally every Wednesday night, we don't have a hard time coming up with topics. We have a hard time narrowing down the topics. That's how fast this asset class is moving. There's a guy I listened to who wrote a book about Bitcoin a few years ago, and by the time his book had published, his thesis was that Bitcoin would reach a market cap of $200,000 by, I don't know, 2 years from then or whatever. By 2 years from then, it was at close to $2 trillion. So the whole thesis is moving so fast that I would love to be part of developing a Bitcoin curriculum for a master's degree in Bitcoin. I would love to write a book about Bitcoin, but I know that my book would be obsolete by the time that I published it. I know that my master's degree would be a complete joke in academia because Bitcoin and its use cases and who's involved in it and what problems in the world they're solving with it would have advanced so far past any curriculum that I could develop or any book that I could write. So I'm sitting this out. I'm publishing my 18th book this year. It's not going to be about Bitcoin because as far as I'm concerned, we're still in the wild, wild west of Bitcoin. And all the books that have been written about Bitcoin so far have become outdated really fast. So hope you enjoyed this fake beach with me. And I hope that you get yourself up to 1 Bitcoin. There's a guy out there called Bitcoin Hodler. Maybe he's called British Hodler. I'm not sure. But he's this British guy. And his life goal seems to be talking his parents who have millions of dollars of wealth into getting into Bitcoin. I've given up on my silent generation parents. They're dealing with cancer and they're super happy with their duplex that they bought, not wealthy people, but I've given up on my parents, but I'm winning with my kids. They all have some Bitcoin. I'm more focused on the younger generation. Hope you are too. Hope you get yourself educated about Bitcoin. It's our job every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Check out the mastermind down below. Just show up every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. It's not expensive. I'll give you a link down below. You get your 3rd month for free. And just because you bothered to listen to my fake beach video, then you can have $50 off by using the coupon code Robin. So buy me and John a cup of coffee a week and come learn from us so you can develop your own conviction. You're not going to unless you understand what this asset class is and why some really smart people are invested in it. Like I said in another video recently, in one day, a lawyer friend and an MBA former Wall Street friend both called me to say, okay, Robin, I know you've been saying it for years, but there's just too many of my other smart friends around me saying it. I finally did my own research and I'm going all in on Bitcoin. Well, not necessarily all in, but they're buying their first tranche. Most of us don't take money out of our house and go buy Bitcoin. And I would never in a million years suggest to you that you go do what Michael Saylor, former 24-year CEO of MicroStrategies did, which is that he's begging, borrowing, and stealing. He's borrowing every dollar he can get his hands on to go all in on Bitcoin. You can learn from him, but I'm not as manic about Bitcoin as he is. I'm far more of a realist. I don't have my entire net worth in Bitcoin like Jeff Booth and Michael Saylor do. But I do know this. The wrong number is 0. Okay. If you are $0 into Bitcoin, you're on the wrong number. That's what I will say. So let's dive into it deeper on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Join us when you can. When you can't, guess what? Class is recorded for you. It's in the mastermind community that you have access to as a member. So I'll see you in there. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you next time.